South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska, Colorado, but we got some from Utah, we got some from the other end of South Dakota, the other end of Nebraska, so we have folks that come to this festival from all over the place, and it is such a joy to be able to get together. The folks who decide to do this, they get the music months and months in advance, they have to practice it on their own, and then we get together. So what you're seeing is the culmination of a grand total of 5 hours of being together. That's all the time we've had actually together as a chorus to rehearse. And so I think they're doing pretty well. We're going to start this last 3 songs with a number that's well known to many, many people, and just wanted to preface it by saying that the world that we're living in now seems to be fractured all the time. We just cannot seem to get away from the negativity that seems to rule our lives, when really there are so many things that would indicate we're living in a better time now than we ever have before. And it really comes down to our choice, that if we choose individually to look for the good in people instead of for the bad, boy, are we going to find whatever it is that we're looking for. So we'd invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy this little hopeful thought. Unbelievable sculpture that we have here behind us, and it's a national treasure, there's no question. There's another national treasure a little farther south. I get to direct, I'm honored to direct the Colorado Springs America the Beautiful Chorus. And there are 2 guys up here on the risers who got to come up to do this. But right there in Colorado Springs, just outside, is another national treasure, and that's Pikes Peak. And if you don't know the story of Catherine Lee Bates, she was an educator out in Wellesley. Way out, she's in Massachusetts, and she decides in the late 1800s she's going to come over and do a summer course of teaching at Colorado College in Colorado Springs. Well, after she gets there, she of course has to make the trek across, and she goes through Chicago, and she comes across the Great Plains, and she sees all of this country that she's never seen. And of course, anybody who's out here in the West, we understand what distance is. And we understand how gloriously beautiful it can be. So she and some other teachers decided, hey, let's go ahead and just climb Pikes Peak. You know, it's only 14,000 feet, what have you. And so they, you know, think about doing that in your wool, full-length wool dress and everything else. But they climb to the top of Pikes Peak, and she looks out over the grand vista of seeing an unbelievable distance in every direction, and she was inspired to write the following words, which were later put to this other hymn that pre-existed. And it became something that's arguably even more often sung than the actual national anthem, including on November 18th of 1918, the 26th Infantry Regiment, when they heard that World War I had ended, they all broke into song singing this one. So what we're going to do here is we're going to sing this one time through, and then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to invite you to sing along with us and sing that same verse again. Some of the guys up here are going to sing something else while we're doing that, but we're all going to get a chance to sing because there's just not enough music, and this is one of those that really needs to be sung together. Here we go. Come up here. Again, this thing's been going on for nearly 40 years, which is, it's got to be some kind of record. I can't imagine it's not. But to be able to come out here and always have folks who happen to be here the evening and want to sit here and see and hear this singing of stuff you may not hear every day in this particular place. What an honor to be able to do that for you. So thank you so much for sticking it out, for hanging out through the rainstorm, for watching that radar and knowing that we were going to get through it. We really appreciate you being here this evening. We hope you have a wonderful rest of whatever vacation time, whatever you're doing the rest of this summer. Really enjoy being able to share with you. We are going to close now with yet another one of those classic songs. This was written by Irving Berlin in 1918. And he wrote it while he was at Yaphank, New York, when he was in the Army. And he wrote it for a musical, and it just didn't work in the musical, so he put it in a drawer. And it was 20 plus years later when he realized, I got it. Because the world needs this now, because the curtain of evil was falling over Europe at that point in time, and all of the forces of violence were coming to bear, heading into the worst of our history, which brought out the best in our history in World War II. And he pulled this song out and he gave it to Kate Smith. And Kate Smith sang it on her radio show every single week for all the years that were to come. And every single time she sang it, she always sang the verse. She never ever sang it without singing the verse. So we're going to start with the verse. We're going to sing it one time through, and we're going to ask you to join us the last time through. And thank you so much again for coming out here. Here we go.
to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. My home, my home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. America, my
Everything. Just carry everything. I'm just a packer. That's what I'm good for. You're good.